UCF's family is 66,000 strong on game days. They have Nitro and they have Pegasus. But you add one more character into the family and you got a pretty picture. We saw 3 and outs, we saw turnovers, fumbles, everything that could have gone wrong for UCF, and penalties included, just was not going their way. Play calling was not the best. All in all, not a great game for UCF. LSU got the better of them despite even being so thin in their defense. Well, ever since Danny White stepped foot on UCF in 2015, it's been first time this, first time that for the Knights. Well, now Danny White can add to his resume a trip to the Big Dance. That's right, UCF is heading back for the first time in 14 years, this time taking on number 8 VCU as the number 9 seed. So as you can see, Penn State, who's 8, and Texas, who's 9, don't play ranked teams this week. But don't count the underdogs out just yet. The any given Sunday rule for the NFL can easily apply to college football, and Michigan State and Baylor are no slouches on the field. Perfection. That's what the Knights achieved here Friday night between the Bulls and the Knights. UCF took on USF and got their 24th straight win and their perfect season here for the 2018 campaign. The only problem here at Raymond James Stadium is perfection came with a price. If you've ever been to a UCF football or basketball game, you without a doubt heard a loud, energetic voice pumping up thousands of loyal fans. Well, today, we put a face to that voice, and his name is Eric Kohler, a.k.a. the voice of the UCF Knights. And one player is shining out beyond the rest. That's Cal Jennings, and he's scoring a lot of different goals on a lot of different fields, including places like this one here at home. Well, it was an unconventional game to say the least here at Spectrum Stadium. The Knights got a big 48-20 win over SMU. Matthew Wright, the kicker, had 2 field goals and a fumble recovery, and a defensive player, Tristan Hill, had a rushing touchdown. Here's how it all went down for the Knights' 5th win of the season. The Knights are number 10 in the nation in the latest AP Top 25 poll. They're 5-0 and 2-0 in conference play. They're still the highest ranked team in Florida, and Mackenzie Milton completed 18 of 34 pass attempts for 278 yards and 2 touchdowns despite an injury scare. Milton came out for a couple offensive drives but later came back.
Definitely thankful for Knight Nation, thankful for, the trainers, kind of just, making sure I'm all right. So, but yeah, I feel good. It was a great in-conference win against a good opponent. Just proud of the guys and the way we battled.
But Milton's injury scare wasn't the only big storyline from the night, and this is where the unconventional comes into play. First quarter, and the Knights score on a 15-yard rush into the end zone thanks to Adrian Killens. Normal kickoff, cue UCF chant. But wait. During the SMU return, Rashard Cossey forces a fumble on the kickoff, where none other than Matthew Wright dives on a fumble and gives UCF another offensive drive that will lead to another touchdown.
I thought someone was going to land on me. Once I realized no one was, I thought I should have scooped and scored, so I was a little mad about that.
But the unusual keeps coming, and this occurrence's name is defensive player Tristan Hill, and he couldn't be happier.
First touchdown.
You dived over the top of the pile.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it all week. I was wondering if I was going to push the pile or go over the top. So, I decided to go over the top, make it look good.
So what did we learn from Saturday's game? That even with all the craziness that comes with a UCF football matchup, 48 points scored off a healthy combination of air and ground attacks, and a dominant defense, that the Knights still have things to work on while being the 10th best team in the country.
You want to continue to win, you got to play smart football, and it can never be about you. It's got to be about the team. That's a 15-yard penalty, puts them on the 50, 4-down territory. That's a penalty that really is a 7-point play in my mind. So there's some things that happened tonight that we got to correct.
UCF will take this week to prepare for Memphis and to fix the mistakes that Heupel has stuck in his mind. In Orlando, Evan Abramson, UCF Nightly News. UCF's family is 66,000 strong on game days. They have Nitro and they have Pegasus. But you add one more character into the family and you got a pretty picture. Now everybody knows what Nugget does at UCF, but not everyone knows about how he got here. And like every great origin story, there's always a bit of fate involved. And this story began when part of UCF's marketing team visited Painted Oaks Academy looking for a new Pegasus.
So we were out at a farm this summer right here behind campus, and we found our new Pegasus. And then we looked over as we were leaving, and we were like, hey, who's that little guy over there? And then the person who owns the farm was like, well, that's Nugget. And she was like, you want us to bring Nugget too? And Alex Cesarano, our director, and I just looked at each other and we were like, absolutely.
And from his very first day on the job as a UCF mascot, Nugget has captivated fans. He's also gotten some help from his Instagram and Twitter pages, where he often posts pictures or videos of himself with the catchphrase, "It me." Safe to say this little guy's popularity is off to the races.
It's only a week later, because we play Pitt, then we turn around and we play SMU. A week later, and it was amazing how many people were already walking by. I mean, thousands of people walking by and going, "Hey, Nugget!"
And now that Nugget's here to stay, UCF felt it was time to take some family photos to officially welcome him into the mascot family. A little Pegasus, a little Nitro, and like I said before, a very pretty picture. And Nitro might be the happiest out of everyone to have his new partner in crime. So Nugget's now part of the family. What does this mean to you guys? Now, while mascots like Nitro and Pegasus are used to the various pressured situations of representing Night Nation, I wanted to see how Nugget's been handling his newfound fame. We know you're not usually this quiet, but I mean, is there a certain reason you're feeling this pressure right now? Well, just like Nitro, a natural with the press, Nugget and his mascot family will continuously represent UCF around campus, and you can be sure UCF marketing will have some nifty Nugget appearances coming up soon. In Orlando, and as Nugget would say, "It me," Evan Abramson, UCF Nightly News.